Learn from an attorney how we need to start treating the concept of bullying very differently and fast. Kids, get your parents. They need to see this. Hi, I'm Stacey Storino, an attorney since 1998, certified life coach since 2015, and the leader in legal coaching that turns people into effective advocates for themselves and their loved ones when they're bullied, special needs, or both. Woman 101 stands for wisdom that turns victims into victors. Now, let's get down to how we need to start treating the concept of bullying very differently and fast. Stay tuned until the end of the video so that you can learn about a method to stop bullies after all else fails. Yup, there is a method. Look, I've been an attorney for nearly 20 years, and I have to say, nothing turns my stomach like when, in the past, clients would come to me and tell me that some bully was harassing their child. Many times, the child would come with the parent to the consultation, and as they described what had happened to them, there'd be a flood of tears, name-calling, poking, pinching, punching, threats, kids being pushed down the stairs, cyberbullying, spreading rumors, slander, libel, assault, battery, harassment, stalking, sexual harassment, outright rape. And while one school would be doing its level best to help the victim, another would be blowing the whole thing off and thinking that telling the kids to stay away from one another is, a real solution. I've done a video about how bullies are addicts, rage addicts, power addicts, and so yelling at them isn't going to stop them. Like yelling at someone addicted to cocaine won't get them to stop abusing drugs. Unfortunately, odds are that things like detention won't get bullies to stop either. And in the past few years, federal law has changed to the point where bullies will not be expelled no matter what they do to their victims unless they've inflicted serious bodily injury. So maybe the violence done to you or your kid, if you're an adult watching this, meets the serious bodily injury standard, and maybe it doesn't. And if it doesn't, the bully continues to stay in the school to torment their victim even more. And you know what's just as sickening? The movement where folks don't want to call bullies actual bullies anymore. For real. They want those kids to be called children who engage in bullying behavior. What? That's it. Enough is enough. Doing something like that is just about as ridiculous as calling me a woman who engages in the practice of law, wherein it makes more sense to call me a lawyer or an attorney and just get it over with. Nope. Bullies are bullies, period. If they want to stop being called bullies, then they should stop bullying. Otherwise, let's just keep calling a spade a spade. It's time that victims and their families learned how to fight back the right way. Because, believe me, if it's done the wrong way, the victim gets in just as much trouble, if not more, than the bully to begin with. Yep. That's sickening too. And when parents come to school upset out of their minds about their kid being bullied and they're not handling things the proper way, they're either blown off, patronized, or, I'm not kidding, sometimes threatened with a call to CPS if they don't calm down. Oh no, my friends. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I want to show you the way, piece by piece, the right way to get at bullies and shut them down once and for all. I agree that two wrongs don't make a right when it comes to violence. A victim should understand enough about self-defense to get away from an attacker and go to safety where they can report the attacker to the authorities, and that's it. Violence is not the answer, but still, we as parents and guardians can declare a higher functioning movement against the bullies in our school systems. Let's stop hanging our tails between our legs, shall we? We can hit them where they would never imagine. The parents of victims can go to the schools armed with paper and evidence trails that the schools, or at least the school's attorneys, can no longer ignore. Yes, it's true, and victims can band together to get the bullies punished by the school, by law enforcement, and by the courts. It can and should happen. And there's a way to do it so that once the band of victims move forward against their bullies as a unit, things actually happen. Parents, don't dismiss your children when they complain of being mistreated and tell them to toughen up. That's insensitive. You need to defend your precious kids from all attackers and keep your children from losing their self-esteem, all the more when even their own parents won't stand up for them. Then they won't confide in you anymore, and eventually they'll engage in self-harm and even suicide. Why? Because you did not take them seriously. Parents, come on, keep those lines of communication open. There is a better way. Fellow victims of the same bully or bullies and bystanders to the bullying, you need to make the right moves for this movement against bullies to be successful. And I'm not just talking about doing what the anti-bullying movies and training tells you to do or not to do. That's a good start, but there are ninja tricks that you can pull off to really handle those haters seriously. And school administration, faculty, and staff, if you don't take each and every claim of bullying seriously, for shame. But at the end of the day, we all have to stand together against the bullies in our lives and give our victims the love and support that they need while giving the bullies the just desserts that they have coming to them. The Woman 101 YouTube channel is stocked with solutions for parents and kids alike. Solutions that work and have been road tested by an attorney and her clients for decades. So go to the channel, subscribe, and soak it all in. You've come to the right place. Gaining a support system that exists both on the school campus and off of it can keep a bullied kid safer. And when all else fails, it's time to call in the cavalry, meaning having at least one adult who can serve as your advocate with the school system and, if need be, the police and the court system. You can't ignore bullying. It won't go away. Every study and survey shows that avoidance has no upside when it comes to bullying. And I've got a system called the Enemy Remedy that can help you or the ones who love you out big time. So make sure you check out the link down below in this video's show notes for more details. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about my rant? Are you with me? Are you sick of bullies and what they've done to you and your loved ones? Share down below and let's have all of the Woman 101 Wise Owls love up on you and give you support. And if you like this content, please remember to support me on Patreon so I can keep providing new material on a regular basis to help victims of bullying everywhere. Remember, Woman 101 stands for wisdom, turning victims into victors. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video and share this with anyone you know who could use some support. Woman 101, be wise with your heart.